Hi
It's
YouTube.
before qualifying.
Hi YouTube. You know, we totally didn't forget to start the recording for you guys. You haven't just missed out just about every single technical thing we were talking about. Or dribbling about, whatever you prefer. Here's Rob Noble. He's currently 5th in GT5. Can I count? No, I can't. He's 4th fastest in GT4. Really good turnout for GT4. 8 drivers. Do you remember what we had for round 1?
I think it was 8.
Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, we are pretty well done with practice. Let's have a quick look at some times. So for practice 2, here we go. So Dylan Lister on top by 2/10 over Adrian Ross and Matt Lowe. Then we have Cam Norris, not Lando Norris or Chuck Norris.
It's Lando Norris.
It's Chuck Norris. C. Norris. That's all I think. Chuck Norris. And then it was, if I can remember quickly, it was Dustin Driver in the top 5 for GT3. Then we have RJ Robertson, Sam Bracken, Aaron Muriel, Rob Noble, and Danny Fraser bring up the top 5 in GT4. Muriel, the best team name, or maybe worst team name. You know if you know. See if we can't find him and get myself banned from YouTube.
It's just words.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Oh, YouTube.
It's just a sequence of letters put together in a specific way to make a certain word or sentence or phrase.
It's a reference to something.
Everything's a reference to something.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly it is. I assume it's some sort of film production.
Like Uber?
Yeah, it's
The next Uber.
It is the next Uber. Yeah, Ruka, what is fake taxi? Yeah, I have no idea. Ruka's married, you see.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. Good boy.
Anyway, Cam Norris will lead us away for the first times of tonight's session. So they have got 15 minutes to get their best times in. Track's a little bit more wide open than what we saw at Zolder, so I'm sort of expecting all these guys to be able to get a decent time in without too much impediment.
Yeah, it's also quite wide, so you can move out the way and not lose too much time as well, at least.
Quite possibly, but this first corner is pretty tight. We're going to see some carnage here, for sure.
No, it's not that tight.
2x2, it's very difficult at race starts. So Cam Norris sort of having a couple of stabs at the throttle between turns 4 and 5. Very hard to get it nice and smooth through there, actually. He misses the apex by a bit of a margin. He managed to
have to get the apex there.
Also, shout out to Rapid Gamer. Finally financially recovered from his router. That's good to know. I believe he was the gentleman who ate his router. Ate his router. It was a bet.
Oh.
It's one of those things, you had to be there.
Interesting.
Cam Norris.
Why would you make that bet? Why would you make that bet?
Why not?
Hey, do this thing or I'll eat my router.
Yeah, well, I did that thing, and he ate his router. Let's see what time Cam Norris gets down to. A 35.6. He's going to need a little bit better than that. Siciliano goes second for now. And Adrian Rice goes to the top with a 35.3. So times are starting to come in. Madford now into third, 6/10 off the back of Rice. Let's see, next car come through will be number 300. Will that be our first GT4 driver? No, that was not valid lap. Dylan Lester into second. 555 Macbeth, he slides into 4th place, 257. That is Honor. He's a little bit off, it seems. 898 Weber. He displaces Mobs down to 9th. 2 seconds for Mobs and Weber.
First GT4's coming across the line now. He's in.
Goes to the top in GT4. A full second clear from Muriel is Robertson. That number 3 BMW is hooked up.
Yeah, it seems to be the car of choice for the GT4s.
Not the Porsche, really?
Well, it's a Cayman.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah. Poor man's Porsche.
Yeah, everyone. No one likes the Cayman. I've noticed that.
There are a lot worse cars, but the Cayman just, out of all the Porsches you could have, why the Cayman?
Because you want a Porsche and you're poor. And Norris improves. He's only a whisker off of Adrian Rice. Let's see if we can't find Adrian Rice. He's actually in pit lane. How about Jared Madison? He stays where he is. Does not improve. He was 2/10 down on his previous best. In fact, he gets bumped down to 7th because Dustin Driver to the top at 35.302. And I'll tell you what, the track is not at its best either. So
And Lester's just gone top as well.
Oh yeah, Dylan Lester, first man into the 34s for GT3. So have a look at GT4 as they start to cross the line eventually. Nice little cluster. Oh, Dustin off the track there. Let's have a look at this little cluster of GT4s. As we join Danny Fraser, Robertson, he improves into the 43s. Can Danny Fraser go any better? He goes into 6th, so a little bit down the Camaro, which is surprising. Driven the Camaro a few times. It's not a bad car, it's just really, really tough to drive. You got to be willing to slide it around.
So it's just a V8 supercar.
Yeah, it's a V8 supercar with traction control and paddle shift and ABS. Good to see Abdul Aziz still out there with the Janetta, the legendary Janetta.
Probably my favourite GT4.
I have to agree with you on that one. The Janetta is a really strong GT4 car. It's really fun to drive actually.
Yeah, it just sticks. It's a big go-kart.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Octane did a Janetta only race, and yeah, it was quite fun. Alright, let's return to the GT3s, and we're trying to find. I think Adrian Rice is on a flyer at the moment. My bird's going ballistic for some reason. He's excited. He's loving the action. He can't even see it though.
You can see it in his mind.
It's possible. I'm kind of scared to know what he thinks of that actually. I don't want to imagine that.
That's fair enough.
See if Adrian Ross can lift himself off the second row of the grid. He won't do it this time. That is an invalidated lap right there. Misano is just another one of those tracks in ACC where it's very easy to exceed track limits and get yourself a pen.
Yeah, there is a lot of curb that you can take for some reason. Like, why make the curbs that wide? Why put AstroTurf like 3 meters away from where the curb is? That's what I don't get.
Yeah, I don't know either. Do you reckon the track is going to swap from fast to optimum in this session?
Possibly. It's only 5 minutes left though.
Got a lot of cars running around. Do you reckon that's that could be what a few drivers are waiting for? Just waiting for that track to tick over to optimum.
Yeah, possibly.
See what Honor gets down to as he crosses the line, and it's a 35.615. That is not enough to get himself off of row 4, and he will return to pit lane, get some new boots on that Beamer, and go again. Kelter McCulloch, Helter Kelter, like what I did there.
Sure.
Silence. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yep, Kelter McCulloch starting a new flying lap. I don't think he's really going to go better in this first lap. It never seemed... ACC, you're just never going to get the best time on your first lap while the tyres are still coming up to temperature.
I mean, unless you have like insane tyre warmers on, which I don't think these guys do.
I don't think there is anything... any settings that you can do to change the tyre warmers. At least none that I've seen, but I think it is pretty accurate with the real Pirelli tyres though.
And your Nissan boys shot up to 3rd now.
I was just keeping an eye on that because he was at the bottom of the timesheet. You better get your finger out and do some hot laps there, Matt. And he's done just that and goes straight on to the second row. But, this is looking like a pretty tidy lap for Kelter. As he rounds the final corner, let's see if he can keep it in track limits. A little bit of a twitch there from the Beamer. And he crosses the line, he goes up to 12th, so that's a good improvement into the 36s now. Less than 2 seconds behind Leicester. Let's check in on GT4 at the moment. So Rob Noble, he's got half a second of RJ Robertson's time, and the 54 Porsche. See if we can't find Noble. He's in pit lane at the moment. We'll stick with Jared Matterford. A little twitch there. It's the Aston's very interesting, isn't it? Like like we just talked about how easy it is to drive, but it does have its little quirks. Like it's horrible off the corner, but yet for some reason it can't get the drive down.
It's probably one of those cars where it's good to drive if you're just like taking a basic setup and just, you know, fanging it. But once you like start putting a setup in and actually properly driving it, it starts to become less stable, less how you like it, you know. Probably one of those type of cars.
That is exceeding track limits.
I think he wanted to join Kangaroo Valley there.
Oh, you send that into them. He'll get on the team for sure.
I have gotten pretty high off of those curbs before, especially coming out of turn, what, 6 is it? Yeah, turn 6. I have gotten probably at least half a metre off the ground driving this.
So Dustin Driver now onto the front row. He's shuffled Siciliano and Glow back onto the second row. No one really threatening Leicester at the moment, as we have 2.5 minutes left to go.
They're probably just waiting for the last lap magic.
Ooh, that was not a good line for Jared. Just see, he's dancing on the steering wheel there, trying to keep the car under control and get that power down. All the power from the, I believe it's a twin-turbo Mercedes V8.
Probably the anti-lag that's killing him, if that exists anymore. Probably not.
It certainly does. I do remember when ACC was first out and the Aston was racing around. It was a pretty tough car to drive because the boost wasn't quite right.
You can't adjust it, can you?
No, that was a balance of performance issue. So that was a Kuno's fix. Okay, so Adrian Rice now to the top of the 34.647. So just as I was saying that no one's really threatening Dylan Lester. Adrian just proves me absolutely wrong.
And Norris also proves you wrong again. As
Oh,
it goes
look at that.
7 milliseconds quicker.
That's what you like to see. Honestly, after the last season, Cam was not looking like a driver to beat, but now he really is. He is flying in this McLaren now.
Yeah, he's obviously done something to make himself better in that McLaren.
Well, I think 1.8 the 1.8 update for ACC caught a few people out. It's a lot of the things that did work doesn't work, and now a few things that probably should have worked under 1.7 now they work under 1.8, and I think it's just taken a few drivers a bit of time just to get used to it. How's my GT4s going? Oh, Sam Bracken, less than a tenth between himself and Robertson, and he is actually out on track still.
Yeah, having a look at him, looks like he's doing all right, nice and smooth.
He's got clear track ahead of him, and importantly behind him as well. We shouldn't see any dive bombs from any GT3s, unless that's James Honor coming up behind him. He uses every inch of the curb in this triple right-hander. Oh, look at how unstable the car is through there. That is a tough corner to get right.
Yeah, that right flick into the 90-degree right. Because I was in a Porsche, because I am in fact a Porsche fanboy, going through there, if you hit the brakes at the exact right time, you just spin. I'm not too sure if that works with every car, but it could just be a Porsche thing. I'm not sure. But
could be. And there we go, Bracken into the pole for GT4.
Yeah, it is very easy to. It's very easy to upset the car through that last right-hand kink, or yeah, the middle right-hand kink.
James Honor, he manages to get onto the front row, but still got Matt Glow on a hot lap. We'll see if he can keep it on track for a start. Oh, that was a bit sideways onto the front straight. Can he elevate himself off of row 4? He can, but he only goes up 1 to row 3.
As this goes off, and Muriel, I think he just gave up there. He just
that was a
sent
bin
himself.
and a half.
I think he just sent himself. I'm not sure.
No, it was 2 out of 5 bins. I'll give him that.
I think that's what he wants, actually, the awards.
All right, well, let's run through the starting order. We got Cam Norris off the pole. Brilliant lap for Cam. He is just ahead of Adrian Rice. Dill Lester and Dustin Driver off of row 2. Row 3, we have James Honor and Matt Glow. Keep an eye on Honor. He's pretty rapid in his own right. Siciliano and Matterford off of row 4. Macbeth and Biggie Ollie. Shout out to Biggie Ollie, the top-ranked AM driver in the field, and he's into the top 10. Then we go to Webber and McCulloch, the two of our 4 silver drivers in GT3, and they're 11th and 12th respectively. Hahn and Mobs off of row 7. Row 8 will be Bradley and Marshall. Then we have Bracken and Robertson, the first of our GT4s. Noble, Muriel, Danny Fraser, John Slow. Bit of a surprise there for John Slow. I expected him to be a little bit further up the GT4 grid. Then we have Aziz and Papelio. So we have got a 30-minute race coming up for you right now. Oh, beg your pardon. Then I assume that we will have a second qualifying session and then another 30-minute race. Who are we picking for our 2 classes?
I'm going to pick driver for GT3. He looks pretty good tonight. And GT4, I'll go Muriel.
Muriel. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not just because the name, not just because of the team name.
Oh, the team name, yeah.
Not just because of that.
No, not at all. Not at all. So here we go. We have got action as the cars pull away for the start. Dustin Driver having a bit of a trouble getting off of the line there, but he's up to speed now. Well, for me, Frank Capelio, and who's that just in front of him? John Slow there, also a bit slow off the mark there. Thankfully it is the warm-up lap. Okay, so for me, I think Dill Lester's got a lot more pace than what he was showing in qualifying. I keep an eye on that Audi, and it's pretty rapid off the line, I have to tell you. And GT3, gee, it's going to be a tough one. I think Robertson will have it over the GT4s. He's just a little bit too good. And don't forget, you in chat, give us your predictions as well. Who's your favourite drivers? And just you can also redeem those channel points to get me to focus on one of your favourite drivers. Just remember to tell me in chat who you want me to follow, because I'm not a psychic, believe it or not.
Why not?
I'm not good enough. I'm only 20% a good commentator.
Oh, no, only 20%. What's the other 80 doing then? Not sure yet.
Yeah. Let's leave some questions unanswered.
Yep, fair enough.
Yep. We don't
Let
want to
chat
go down
decide.
there. Oh, don't let chat decide. Ruka's in there.
Yeah, I know. That's the point.
Oh. You're fired from this night on. You're fired.
Oh, fair enough.
Don't encourage Ruka.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna have a clean turn 1 and 2. We got a lot of cars. It's going to happen midfield.
I said that about Zolder, and they all made it through cleanly.
Yeah, Zolder's,
most of them.
The first corner at Zolder is a little bit more open than the first corners at Misano. I reckon it's going to happen around here with around Biggie Ollie, I reckon.
At least it's not Oschersleben.
Oh.
That would be beautiful for Wreckfest, I reckon.
So where's my boy Jared? There he is. See if he gets a good start in the Aston. He's not going to get a good start.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Oh, we have drive-throughs for Muriel and Macbeth. So that would be for out of position. Let's see, we're going into turn number 1. Are we clean? I'll tell you what, they've done a pretty good job so far. So far, so
clean.
good. It is clean. I like it. Let's get to our front here. Lester up the inside. Oh, it gives Norris a bit of a touch-a-roo. And who has made it?
3 wide into turn 5. Here we go.
Oh, it's kicking off now. Oh, that is tight. Honor has to run wide. And, well, Lester manages to hold on to third, but here comes Dustin Driver up the inside of Honor. And back here we have Matterford. Oh, that's a big send on Siciliano. We're going to go 3 wide through one of the first braking zones, really.
We've actually got the GT4s right on the tail end of the GT3s as well still.
Oh, here comes Gore with a big send. Oh, and around goes the GTR. He manages to pull it up. And he will rejoin, but very, very, very far back in the piece. He will rejoin just ahead of, who is that? That is Justin Marshall. Let's have a look at the GT4s. So Sam Bracken and Rob Noble, they've gotten a bit of a head start on Robertson. So my prediction for GT4, not going to plan.
Rice getting a bit of loose coming out the hairpin. Oh, the Audi's getting a bit racy as well.
Tell you what,
Rice is spun. Rice and Lester are spun. And Driver's been collected with him as well.
Oh, yep, Rice, he manages to get the car restarted, and he is on his way. And he will rejoin just in front of the GT4. So we've got cars diving into pit lane already. Oh, those will be our drive-throughs. At least one of them is our drive-through. Mobs is going through pit lane. I think he's trying to get one of his pit stops done. Bracken's drifting that little Porsche around. And Muriel also into pit lane for his drive-through. So Mobs is looking to get his pit stop done and dusted. Let's try and rejoin the front of the GT3s and find our leader. There he is, Cam Norris. Way out in front. John Slow, fastest lap of the race, incidentally. GT4s. Ruka. Don't ever change. Or maybe change. I don't know.
Change a little bit.
I remember. I remember that. Lester and Norris have just sort of gapped the rest of the field. Siciliano about 3.8 seconds behind. I thought I saw someone's name tumbling down the timing sheets. I think that might have been Biggie Ollie. This little angry battle pack here. Liking it. Siciliano ahead of Matterford. Matterford actually... Oh, Matterford! Please hang on to it, Jared. And he will lose a position to Dustin Driver. So I want to guess that Jared got a bit of an advantage from the lunacy that was the last corner on lap 1. And we have Chris Bradley and Adrian Rice into pit lane. So they're getting out of this traffic. Matt Clough, he's persisting. A bit of a tough start, and around goes the Nissan. I'm interested. Oh, he's running TC4, so that's interesting that he had that problem.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of cars getting very loose in these opening laps so far.
Now have a look at our silver drivers, Webber and Hahn. They are into the top 10 now, quite comfortably.
Yeah, McCallick and Marshall not too far behind as well.
No. Battle of the AMs. Well, I think... beg your pardon, Biggie Ollie. I think he's pretty well got that sewn up. He's a little bit too quick in the Bentley. But never say never. We still have 25 minutes left in this race.
Got a good battle brewing up between the boats, the Merc and the Ginetta.
So GT4.
Yeah.
Yep, joining it now, and another Porsche is coming up onto the back of them.
Well, the Ginetta's got a good run, looks like.
Right on board with Abdul. He's all over the back of John Slow as we go through the triple right-handers.
Oh, he's gone a bit wide there.
He got a little bit of understeer. He's actually dealing with a fair bit of understeer looking at that steering input. Probably in these braking zones, so you may want to think about moving that brake bias back a little bit. Ooh, but even on the exit, he's struggling to get the front of the Ginetta, the very long front of the Ginetta, hooked up.
I mean, he's holding on to the Merc all right.
Well, the Camaro is doing a pretty good job of being pretty wide or slow. He had to get out of it then.
The boat's gotten a bit loose through turn 5 there. Manages to hold it on.
He gets good drive onto the back straight, and now the power of the Chev should just start to open up a little bit as we see the Ginetta of Aziz going around the outside. He may go for the switchback. Yeah, he's hunting for it. He's going to be on the wrong side of the track though.
It's probably the maybe not through the kink.
He's going to get the good drive onto the back straight though. Who Meanwhile, our race leader, Cam Norris, is just about to hit some lap traffic in the 522, sorry, of Chris Bradley. So we're currently watching this battle for, what is that, 450 class. Made up of Fraser, Slow and Aziz. And Papelio's not too far away either. Actually, the top 3 battle for GT4 is pretty lively too. Noble is holding off Robertson for dear life. I think Robertson's going to go for the dive bomb, and Noble does not give him any space. He chops the nose off the BMW. Tell you what, Robertson would want to be careful taking that much of the curb. That's how you get track warnings, and then you get a drive-through. But he has made that pretty easy. The BMW just pulling up beside the Cayman, and he gets the move done.
I think we have gained another commentator as well.
We certainly have. Welcome to the commentary box, Naptic.
Yeah, g'day guys, how you going today?
Pretty good. We missed you last week. Unfortunately, you were out in the middle of nowhere by the sounds of things. You had no internet.
Yeah, a long way from home, out in the Wops. Part of the fun. Not much to do out there than drink beers, pretty much.
I think the message was tequila, actually.
Yeah, code was the code there.
There was a little bit of a tap there between Noble and Robertson, and I think that'll come close to a bump and run. So Noble may want to hand that position back, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, we'll check in with that battle a little bit later. Here comes Glow up the inside of McCulloch. He's got that move quite nicely. But just from 3rd all the way down to about, where are we? Oh no, he's a lap car. Down to 6th. James Honor, they are nose to tail of each other. They come through the back straight. Dan Siciliano doing a very good job of making this relatively wide McLaren very wide. As into the pit lane comes Dylan Lester.
Driver. Oh, yeah, driver's gone in as well.
Yep, so driver into pit lane. So, do you reckon the undercut, sorry, is legitimate around here?
Hard to tell, really, because it is such a fast track. And it is hard to get your tyres warm as well.
I suppose it depends on where Lester and driver actually come out. They got a pretty good cleared space there, but it's a long pit lane exit. It takes forever. We're waiting for Lester to get going again. There we go. Oh, he's bobbled a little bit, getting it off the pit box. And now he's got to wait. This will be excruciating.
What have we got going on here? We've got a couple of different cars going on. Have we got multi-grid, or is this all GT3?
We have got multi-class racing.
It looks like a GT4.
Yes, sir. We have
wing.
got we got GT4 and GT3 out there.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's great racing.
We have Slow and Aziz going side by side through turns 1, 2, and 3. Looks like Aziz just gives the place up into turn 4.
We go for the switchback.
He's got a good run as well.
These two have been pretty well locked together in battle.
He's gone for the switchback.
Oh, we got it good.
I don't know that the little Janetta's got the legs down the straight over the big AMG.
It was a big move. He's still going to hold position, but it doesn't keep up with him, unfortunately.
Gone for a very tight line as well.
Braked early for that hairpin as well, so he's backed out of it. And I think we've just had a retirement in...
Oh no, this goes down the inside.
Oh, they've just given each other enough room. This is brilliant racing. I mean, Fraser, he's happy to see this. He's looking in the mirror going, yep, keep fighting, guys. And I'll tell you what, Papelio is looking pretty happy about this too.
Got driver behind him as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's not going to be happy about this AMG going up the outside of him. Oh, that is awkward! Oh no, they're all gone! All four of them out! Oh, that is a lot of damage on the Janetta. That is...
That's one way of doing it.
Oh, that is a heap of damage on the Janetta. He is... I reckon that'll be race done for Abdul. And he has actually returned to pit lane. We'll get a replay of that in a second. That was huge. I think it was just a bit of impatience there for driver. He probably could have. I mean, you know, hindsight is great. So, oh, he actually came into pit lane with a bit of damage on his car. So he's out on fresh tyres. They're freezing cold. Around the outside of one Porsche. Tried to go up the inside. He was unstable already. Absolutely munted the Janetta.
Oof.
And yep, like try and get the helicopter view. So see, he's on the brakes. Car was already unstable when he grabbed the brakes, and then we had everyone going off.
Yeah, I did say that in practice. It is very or in qualifying, it is very easy to get that car unsettled through there.
Just Mercedes problems. Oh, have to rank that one. I'm going to give that a golden bin. Hey, oh, let's make it 3.
Oh, I'd give it 6.
Give it 6? I'm giving it 3. Because we only go up to 5. Quite decent,
I'd give it 6 still.
6 to... you give it a thumbs up if you like.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Well, I give it a thumbs up.
Let's see. What has happened to Norris?
He's in the pit.
Oh, Lester is actually coming through the first 3 corners. I think he has leapfrog. No, he hasn't. So the undercut has not worked out for Dill Lester. And Cameron Norris, he hangs on to the provisional race lead.
I mean, Lester's still right behind him, so hasn't lost too much out of it.
Yeah, this Audi is rather quick. We now have Matterford and Webber into pit lane. I was just keeping an eye on those guys in the mini-map. Matterford was having a lot of trouble with lap traffic. I think he's left his pit stop a little bit too late.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them diving into pit now.
Well, let's have a look at our GT4 running order. So we've got Bracken, Fraser and Papelio. Those 3 drivers have not had their mandatory pit stop. First of them who has made their mandatory pit stop is Rob Noble. We can see Robertson's actually flying through the first 3 corners. I don't think he's done it. I think Noble has actually gapped him. I wonder if there was an incident between Robertson and a GT3 driver. He was all over the back of Noble before his pit stop, and all of a sudden he is now 4 seconds adrift.
I think Lester's actually gaining on Norris. He's actually
yes, he is.
on the bumper.
He certainly is. We are riding on board with Cam Norris at the moment, looking at the back of Dylan Lester. Lester looking for the big sweeping move around the outside. He'll go for the drive out of this, out onto the back straight.
Oh, don't happen again.
Oh, he's got the slipstream and he's got a little bit of Audi horsepower as well. Dylan is just going to play it a bit safe here. No, no, he's not. He's going to try and stick the nose in. This might play into the hands of our current leader, Matt Glow, in the 480 Nissan. We can just find him. There he is. Still has to make his drive-through, his pit stop. There's a drive-through penalty for Dustin Driver, so bad night goes from bad to worse for our man Dustin. And that would be for track limits as well. So I don't think we have an actual steward watching the racing tonight, do we?
I mean,
No.
the game is the steward, isn't it?
Yeah,
Technically.
technically. So John Slow trying to recover after that massive bin moment. He's got two big, thick BMWs right behind him.
Got a good battle with Siciliano, Honor, and Madaford as well, brewing up for fourth.
We got James Honor in there as well, actually.
Yeah.
So it's a three-way building up as they're coming up
The
onto
boat is in front of him.
Yep, the big boat.
Going to happen again.
Oh, it's going to happen again.
It's going to happen again, isn't it?
No, they've actually timed that to perfection. And Madaford will just slide up nicely. I don't know about pink wheels, though, on Madaford's car.
I reckon it looks alright.
Oh, yeah. I can't see pink very well, so...
You can't see pink very well.
No, I see it as grey, which is kind of handy. Means I don't have to look at pink.
Oh, that's good.
But my grey shirt can sometimes catch me out.
How's this battle going here? We got Dylan Lester still on the back of Norris. He's got a good run onto this little short shoot. And Norris is going to force him to go around the long way.
Ooh.
Tell you what, Lester is looking really, really comfortable in this stage of the race.
Ooh, he's get wide.
He's got the inside line for the double right-hander though onto the back straight. I think he's going to
Porsche
get
gonna
the
do? It's gonna move out the
GT4
way.
in there.
Gee, he got out of the way. Oh, he gave me
Oh.
two V's.
Little hip and shoulder, as you were, sir.
Keeping up with the old Audi. I thought it might have been a bit of a... might have gapped it a wee bit.
That's actually the latest generation Audi.
Is it still the... has it still got 10 cylinders or something like that?
I believe so.
Yeah, I thought it might have just... Whew.
It's got a funky wing on it, I have to say.
Looks good though.
Yeah.
They'll reach around, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
That's what I want for my car.
An Audi badge.
an Audi badge.
Nah, the wing.
Yeah.
Or an Audi.
Here's a little tech question for you, Tyler. Do you know why they actually shape the wings like that?
Aero.
Yeah?
Well,
But
that's
what's
why
the
they have a
exact
wing.
reason? What is the exact reason?
I had to think about that. I had to put my I had to put my inner Adrian Newey in.
Well, make it a little bit easier. We'll compare it to the gooseneck, the traditional gooseneck of the McLaren right behind. And then we might try and find the Nissan, which has got the very traditional straight up and down strut.
It would have to decrease drag, wouldn't it?
It does.
Somewhat.
Yeah, that's pretty well actually on the money. It actually reduces that sort of shaking a little bit. I think that,
Well,
that was the reason.
if you bugger up your airflow to the front edge of your spoiler, you're losing efficiency of your linear laminated stream.
There you go.
So if you get into
Jesus.
the where you've got your ears tribulating at the back anyway, so if you just fuck that up, it doesn't matter too much. But you can get a slightly increased downforce and in performance out of your wing from a rear grab.
Would you say better performance from your wang?
Your wang
Yep.
with a rear grab, yeah.
Quality content here on Garage Motion's Twitch. You should hit the follow button. We're so close to 400 followers. Help a brother out. Any other close battles out there? Well, we've still got this battle here. Honor and Matterford. Honor has actually dropped into the clutches of Matterford, it appears. Noble is slowly closing the gap between himself and Bracken as well in GT4s, so they're actually just behind these two guys. So definitely have to try and keep an eye on it. Lot to manage, isn't there, with multi-class racing?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Enjoying the amount of diversity and cars in the way, and not quite sure who's doing bloody what.
Need more classes, I reckon.
Oh, no. 2 classes is enough. Oh, actually, speaking of multiple classes and more classes, I believe I have heard that some older generation V8 supercars will be joining the grid at the Bathurst 12 hour. Is that what I heard?
Maybe.
I hope so.
I think that's what I read.
You can read?
I know, it's amazing, right?
Unfair advantage.
I can do maths as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, showing off.
yeah, 1 + 1, it's 2.
Norris is going around the outside of Leicester
Today's
to
lesson.
the hairpin.
We see a lesson in dogfighting here. We got Leicester and Norris. They are battling away really, really hard. I'm actually quite impressed. Norris has set the fastest lap of the race. He's gone purple. I think maybe it just took the tyres a little while in the McLaren to just come on. Oh, he's thinking about it. It's tough to make a move through the...
The brakes at the wrong time there.
And it's so hard when you're following another car as closely as what Norris is doing. You miss all your reference points. It's so easy to make a mistake.
Just guess, and then if you do brake a bit late, you have something to at least hit. Stop you more.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's what...
Is that your strategy for this Saturday?
No.
Sounds like it is.
That was my mate's strategy when I was racing with him.
Oh.
And he'd constantly say, "Oh, you just broke early."
God, he must be a go-karter.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, how'd I guess?
Yeah. You say I'm allowed to brake early. I can brake whenever I want.
Well, you can't now because if you hit somebody, you get a 3-place grid penalty or something. Or
Oh yeah,
3-place penalty.
the ridiculous drop-down
Drop
nose
down,
cones. Yeah. Stupid. Absolutely stupid idea.
What?
Yep. Basically, if you hit someone hard enough, it pushes the bumper back, and yeah, you get a penalty straight away. No questions asked, no appeal.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
No, it's kind
I
of
feel
dumb.
like it could be a better system for that.
Yeah, I would say stewards would actually watch the racing.
Yeah, but then they would have to watch the race.
Oh, yeah.
And who would want to do that?
Oh, not the stewards, jeez. Don't be silly.
They just get on the piss.
Anyway. That actually makes me angry. Anyway, this is a really good battle. We've got less than 3 minutes to go. Lester, I wonder if he's actually starting to run out of tyres because he pitted rather early in the piece. Yeah, coming up on Papelio just in front, GT4 competitor. Go on board with Papelio, and we're going to look at his view. Oh, yeah. A little bit of VR experience for you folks at home.
It's not that clear though.
There's always one.
Says the single screen driver.
I'll drive on the TV, not the screen.
Oh.
Ooh. With your blinkers on.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do like VR. So good.
I would race with it, but I just don't have a good enough PC for it.
Maybe we should get a better PC then.
Yeah,
Say that, but I probably need to upgrade the CPU on mine.
I'm trying to save up money because I'm on apprentice wages and that sucks ass.
How long you got to go?
4 years. Or 3.5.
So you got an apprenticeship to do.
We've got a cluster of BMWs, so we've got to come up with a plural for these things.
BMWI.
No, it's too easy.
Bemmies.
Pennies, yeah.
Bemmies. No, Bemmies. B-E-M-M-I-E-S.
Yeah.
A bevel?
Works.
Bevel, yeah. Yeah, that's good enough. That's better, actually. Bevel.
A
Whoa.
bevel of
Level of
BMW.
cars.
Macbeth is definitely out
A
of
bevel
position.
of Beamers.
Yeah. Oh, Manafort's got to drive through. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. He was driving so well in the top 5. Track limits strike again.
Norris came in super hot.
McCarlick, he is under pressure. He wants to keep this 12th position, but I think it's only a matter of time before Macbeth gets him. Macbeth is definitely out of position here. But, honestly, I don't think Macbeth is as comfortable in the BMW as what he was in the Lexus. Oh, big slide.
Got a lap to go as well, just coming to the line. Lester and Norris.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should be watching our leaders.
Just about there now. Well done, Lester.
Oh,
Leaders on final lap now.
Oh, it's another lap.
yep, last
Another
lap.
lap. Wasn't quite. Just
Yeah,
about
there's
towards
10
the-
seconds on the clock. Oh, Papelio's got to drive through as well. I have a feeling
Papelio.
Manafort's just going to take the 30-second penalty.
Yeah, strategic penalty take there. That's a good idea. No point doing it.
I mean, you lose
How
more
long's the
time if
drive?
you actually go through.
Yeah, it must be big. Is it a big pit?
Very.
It's a very
I
long
don't
pit
know.
lane.
This is my least known track.
It's a fun track, but yeah, pit lane. The
Oh,
only thing
from
longer
there.
than the pit lane is Spa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lester is doing everything right at the moment. He's holding off the attack from Cam Norris. As they head down the back straight-ish straight for the last time. I think the Audi's just got enough. Have to be a mega Hail Mary dive bomb from Norris if he's going to take this win. I don't think he's going to get there. As our two leaders around the final two corners, and it is going to be. I'm going to hang on to that. And yes, it is going to be Dylan Lester. Cross
Flash,
the line.
flash.
The leader has finished the race.
Brilliant race from these two guys, Norris and Lester. Let's head back to Siciliano. He's actually done a similarly good job. He's held off Honor, and he will grab our podium.
Yeah, well done. 0.4 of a second difference between first and second. That's always a good race.
And
McCalligan Macbeth, bumper to bumper, they just exchanged.
And Nate Webber will come home leader of the Silvers, and Matthew Bigioli, the top-ranking AM, comes home in 7th. Great drive from him. Let's try and find our leaders in GT4, wherever they are. Oh, here we go. They're actually battling down the back straight, and Rob Noble has actually gotten in front of Sam Bracken on the final lap. So it is on for our GT4 honours. So 2 corners to go. Can Bracken take back the position? I don't think he will. Oh, he's popped it up on the front, on the back wheel.
Curb jumped.
Yeah, lots of curb jump. Lots of curb jumping, but it is Rob Noble who comes home the winner in GT4. And then we go back to RJ Robertson. He's going to be a bit disappointed with that one for sure. 3rd in class. Ugh. Disgraceful, but... Where is he? You won't believe it. The boat is coming home in 4th place.
Oh, he's giving us a little celebration.
Yeah, come on, 360, son. Oh.
Oh, and he's
Oh.
through the fence into the crowd. Sadness.
Yep, that is a bin and a half. It was a deliberate bin, so...
Oh, he's still going?
Yeah, well,
no stop.
Well, let's run through the finishing position of our drivers. So Dill Lester, your winner ahead of Cam Norris, and Siciliano will round out the podium for GT3. And it goes back to Honor, Webber. No, give me back my order. There we go.
Green light.
Give me back my order. There we go. So Webber actually up to 5th. That's a great performance from Webber. So did we lose someone? I think we lost someone.
Driver?
No Honor's there. That's right. Madison was given a pen. Then we have Biggie Ollie, top-ranked AM driver. Comes home in 6th. Matt Glow in 7th. He's going to be disappointed with 7th for sure. Hahn in 8th. Marshall 9th. Mobs rounding out the top 10. Then we have Macbeth, McCulloch, Madiford, Dustin Driver. Character-building drive for Dustin Driver. Then we have Chris Bradley still probably coming to terms with this Aston after swapping from the Nissan last season. Then we will go to GT4. Rob Noble, great battle with Sam Bracken. He comes home the winner ahead of RJ Robertson, Daniel Fraser, Aaron Muriel, rounding out the top 5. Then we have John Slayer, Papelio, and Aziz. DNF for Aziz after he got absolutely mullered into the fence. He got binned big time. Well, I don't care what else happens tonight. We have got our golden bin right there.
Probably of the season as well.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's going to top 4 cars in one corner. Although I say that, this is SimRacing.
Anything's possible.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to Live Pack.
Ooh.
Hello.
Oh.
I was listening to that. Put it back on. Anyway, shout out to Alfie B 2012 for the follow. That brings us up to 393.
So close.
We're so close.
Don't get too excited.
I'm getting excited.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter, please. Anyway, we're going to follow RJ Robson for this first flying lap. He tips it through the first 2 corners. I have to say the BMW looking a little bit more stable this time. Slight hint of instability in race 1 for Robertson. Now, speaking of BMWs, the question came up in the last stream I did with Octane. Has anyone managed to get their hands on the BMW Fanatec rim?
Probably not.
What do you mean? It only costs you an arm, a leg, and a firstborn.
And a kidney.
Yeah, that's if you want it with the DD one. Pretty cool though. Pretty cool looking.
It's pretty cool looking if you want to pay a mortgage.
Oh, and this is going to be interesting for RJ. He's at the end of his lap, but he's got a flying Dan Siciliano coming up behind him. This is going to be delicate for both drivers, but Siciliano is going to manage it quite nicely. And we'll see who goes to the top. It should be Siciliano easily. Yes, indeed, a 35.6. A little bit of traffic on the final corner, so Siciliano, not a bad effort from him. Waiting for the rest of the field to start slotting on through. John Slow goes up to second in GT4. Weber into second for GT3. Then he's immediately eclipsed by Hart. Macbeth to the top at 35.5, so maybe just getting a little bit quicker with that Beamer. Let's try and join 8.46. That is Dylan Lester. What can he do? First flying lap for him. He goes second. 35.635. 5.22, Chris Bradley. Oh, that is a decent time there for Bradley, 37.8. Much closer to the ballpark for Chris Bradley. So, James Honor, he goes top now, 35.3. So, BMW is starting to come good with an optimum circuit.
And this one looks very stable through the first sector. Looks to be on a pretty good lap.
Bit of a slide and a twitch for Siciliano onto the front straight, and he goes second. He almost into the 34s. That's Cam Norris, 34.3. We're staring at a 33 tonight, I reckon.
More than likely.
Yeah, indeed. Someone's going to do it. Driver now into second. 34.9 for driver. Oh, Derek Mobbs, please hang on to it, son. Oh, he's into the fence. Rip. Yeah, Dustin drive. Oh, not quite into the 34s. It was a 35.025. See if we can't. We'll try and catch up with our Nissan man.
Up to
Matt
9th.
Glow, yeah, up to 9th.
With a identical lap with Biggie Ollie.
Yeah. Biggie Ollie again, flying the flag for the AMs. Right on board now with Matt Glow. Tell you what, the Nissan's looking a little bit slow to change direction.
Surprised Lester's not up there with Norris yet.
Give him time. Siciliano now onto the front row, provisionally.
No, Lester's just been GT forward.
He's been GT forward.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
locked on
he's
a fast lap.
stuck in traffic there. Matt Glow somewhat, a little bit impeded perhaps by the Porsche of, who was that? Papelio, I want to say. Still got 7 minutes left in this qualifying session. Plenty of time for people to get out there and get a few more laps in. As he crosses the line and he goes 7th, almost into the 34s. Well, actually 35.5, that's nowhere near it really. let's check on our GT4 guys. So Robertson, 43.3. He's on top at the moment. But Sam Bracken is hunting, and we are still yet to see a time from Danny Fraser, Aziz, and Pelio. Let's find Aziz in the little Janetta. I love this car. He jumps up into 5th in class. So we got a little bit of feedback from Tyler, but Naptic, have you done any driving in the GT4 cars?
I don't think he's here now.
I was getting beer.
Oh, he was getting a beer.
Fair
That's the
enough.
most important part of streaming, that's for sure. A bit more of a whiskey man myself these days.
Yeah, I've got a Jameson here as well.
Oh, God. Have you just got like a minibar next to your PC?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
A wee bit of a brew. Say the tequila stays in the truck because it depends on where you're going.
That could get a little bit messy on stream.
Yeah. No, it can definitely catch you out, but it's about the same as all of them. Yeah.
I was pretty bad with just once whiskey and coke. So yeah, never doing that again.
Got Lester up into second now after a pretty clean lap. Just to be going quicker as well. Looks smoother.
Driver into 3rd. So we got what? 4 drivers, probably 5 drivers actually into the 34s. I think there's more to offer from those guys too, as Aziz bumps slow down a position, and I think Abdul has had enough of that. He will jump out and probably get some new boots on, go again maybe. So Gundi Hahn, I haven't really spoken about this guy, but he's currently leading the silvers on the timing sheets, and he actually gets into the top 10. He was having a really good battle with Webber in race number 1.
Lester's right on the cusp of pole here.
Oh
There he goes, isn't he?
yeah,
He's really wanting it.
that is tight. See if I can't get a basic HUD, maybe a Delta for everyone at home. It doesn't look like I can. That's unfortunate. Probably because I turn off a lot of the HUD for myself. You know, I actually, something I really hate is the Delta when you're racing.
I've kind of gotten used to it.
Oh, I hate it with a passion because it just puts me off.
Yeah, it does put you off, especially in qualifying when you see green, especially on the Delta. You're like, come on, and just
Yeah,
trying
you
to push it just slightly harder, and then you bottle it.
That's it. You just get sucked into. I got to keep this this lap green. I got to keep this lap green. Got to keep this lap green, and yeah, invariably you stuff up.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna. It's like you're gonna do something differently this time because you are green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go extra fast this time.
Hey, there's green there, but green means go.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten used to it, especially with racing the V8 with the Delta. I've just kind of gotten some mindset of just don't focus on it, focus on driving.
I hate it. I have to turn it off. I just can't. I can't deal with it. I even got to a point with I haven't mapped the change dash display to my steering wheel because I'd be constantly swapping on the Nissan to the page that has the Delta, and then going back, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that because it's annoying.
The cars are looking good today. Sunny day. They're all sparkling. They're looking good.
Yeah. Yeah. Dill Lester has actually decided to box it this time. Race 2, yeah, we have 2 daytime races. I was sort of half expecting a nighttime race.
Yeah, that would be a spicy twist.
And not racing, don't mock it. Oof, GT4, nothing in it between these, this top 4, really. Bless you.
God is not with me. I can never be blessed.
We're not at Monza.
It's not that bad.
It is.
It's not that bad.
Monza is terrible.
It's okay.
No, it's terrible.
It's a serviceable racetrack.
It's serviceable.
At least it's not Oschersleben.
I'd take
At least it's-
Oschersleben.
Okay.
I'd take Oschersleben over Monza. Like, I mean, you can at least get rid of that that first chicane, but oh god, Monza. You could fix that with a couple of blocks of C4.
Yep, that would be good. Same boat actually. Yeah, it's just a couple of chicanes and a couple of right-handers, isn't it? A couple of bloody.
Yeah, I find it very hard to get excited about Monza. Like, I mean, I like Ascari. That's about it.
Fun to say.
At least it's not Sochi.
Actually, I don't mind Sochi.
Fair enough.
I don't mind Yas Marina either. There's a lot of tracks that drivers hate, but I don't mind them.
Well, I didn't really like Suzuka for a long time until I did an enduro there, so I had to get good at it. Now I don't mind it.
I'm not a big fan of Suzuka.
But once I ground through that, and got through that threshold of not liking it, and actually started enjoying it, but it was like those S's were just like I was sitting there waiting too long. Like I'm in a race car, I'm meant to be going fast, but I'm like I'm not on the accelerator for too long.
Whoa, Dustin Driver, that was a big old send. He was delivering tofu there. And he's delivering tofu to the pit lane, but looks of things, but he finds the fence, so the paper cup is now sloshed water everywhere. So we got one driver on a valid lap, and that is Rob Noble. He's currently down there in 4th place. See if he can push himself up the grid.
Do you think Lester will get pole?
Probably later on he will.
Come to the last
No,
corners.
he's not on a valid lap, unfortunately.
Oh.
So Rob Noble, he'll cross the line. Takes a shorter run to the pit, to the start line. He doesn't quite get there, but have a look at the gap between our GT4s. He does actually get Muriel, but yeah,
Bad.
that is insanely close. Qualifying 2, please. Right, let's run through GT3. So Cam Norris, your pole sitter by 0.068 of a second over Dill Lester. Then we have Driver and Matterford off of row 2. Hopefully both Driver and Matterford have a much better run in race number 2. Interestingly, Matterford fastest in sector 1, Lester fastest in sector 2, and Norris fastest in sector 3. That's very interesting. Anyway, Nicholas Macbethy slides into the top 5. Next to him will be Dan Siciliano. Matt Glow off of 7th. Honor in 8th. Hahn and Biggie Ollie in the big old Bentley. Do you reckon he did that on purpose, just for that?
Yep.
Yep, nice.
It's too good.
Possibly.
Yeah, so our top-ranked Silver and Am drivers starting side by side in race number 2. We go back to Webber and McCullough, Mobbs and Bradley. And then we have Marshall bringing up the rear of field. Still learning that BMW as well. But, Chris Bradley, good progression from him if we swap back to qualifying 1. He did a 38.2 in qualifying 1. He did a 37.7 in qualifying 2. So that's not a bad effort from Chris Bradley. GT4, we got Sam Bracken and RJ Robertson off the front row. Nothing between those two guys. 0.013 between those two. And we have Noble and Muriel off of row number 2.
20
And
seconds.
2/10 covering the top 4 in GT4, so looking forward to a great race there. Aziz, Slow, Fraser and Papelio.
10 seconds.
Papelio and Fraser not setting a time in qualifying 2. Interesting.
They're probably hoping there's carnage. That's my guess.
I don't know. I don't think that's really a good strategy in these sorts of races. There's no safety car. And chances are, if you're starting behind it, you're going to be in it.
No, it's more if you're in the middle of it, you're going to be in it, I reckon.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose GT4, you're coming up to turn 1 a little bit slower, but I don't know. For me, I'd rather be a little bit further up the grid than that.
I'd rather be starting from pole than anywhere.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather start that pit lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
Never done it. Never started up for instance.
Oh, that actually makes me sad.
Don't be.
Are you alright, Nat? You alright? I'll send you.
I've done it a few times. I've visualised it a few.
I'll send you a hug through the Discord.
Virtual hug.
It can be a real hug if you like.
Send me a video of one of your starts. I can live the dream.
Just go into an open server. You'll be right. You'll get there.
I've won an iRacing race before. That's about me.
That's good.
I've got my certificate.
You got your certificate? Nice. I didn't get anything when I won a race for Octane. I got nothing.
Yeah, it sounds right, doesn't it?
Haven't won a race in sim
The
racing yet, so I wouldn't
broadcaster
know.
didn't even focus on me when I crossed the line. I was like, what? What are you doing? That's okay. They focused on me a lot in the last season.
A lot of TV time. Sponsors will be heavy.
Yes. Sponsors Go Race Promotions. I'm not allowed to put it on the car because ACC is crap with liveries. Fix the liveries. Who knows?
I thought they did. I thought they brought it out. They fixed the jump or the starter or something, didn't they?
No, they did not. Bit of a shame. It would be nice for them to try and implement something like what iRacing has got. That is outstanding, actually. The
It is fun.
iRacing. Yeah.
We've done a couple of series where we've done liveries in the past. I think that was who the F and L or somewhere there, or some of those boys actually. But yeah, the starter of the entry was just too painful.
Okay, so we're about ready for a start. This is one of the most hodgepodge formations I have ever seen. So the front 2 rows have gone staggered, and everyone else is in quite good formation. Let's go for a start. Alright, so we are away and racing. No one's gotten a drive-through, so that's nice. We're almost going 3-4 wide into turn. Oh, that was close for Hone. He almost ended into the back of the McLaren of Siciliano. He's got the Nissan of Glow right beside him. I want to say, rather ironic that Glow is no longer in a high-vis car.
Oh,
It's a rather dull car now.
And everyone's clean through turns 1 and 2 as well. Again.
Yeah, indeed.
good start by the D-Mini. Him hanging back for that staggered start, got the wee jump on him, managed to drive it over.
And Sam Bracken has gotten the whole shot in GT4 so far. Robertson looking around the outside, and he is going to try and dive it around the outside. He's sticking it to him, but just not quite there. Good start for Danny Fraser in the boat. He's just managed to squeeze in front of Aziz.
Oh, there's a good battle there.
Oh, slow, very aggressive on the brakes, but a little bit too good on the brakes. And also, Robertson has taken the lead. Noble now sliding up the inside of Bracken. So, pretty hectic start from our GT4 guys. Let's check in with the front of GT3. Well, Dill Lester, he is out in front.
Yeah, good combination of first, second, third corners there with a good start.
And he's diving for pit lane straight away. He tried this strategy before. Well, it worked for him. He's going to get plenty of clear track, that's for sure. I wonder if
We've
he...
just got a train forming now as well.
I wondered how long it would take to get enough gap between in front of the GT4s and then pit. That would be my vision. As it would be a valid.
Oh,
no.
Taparoo, and we've got carnage at turn number 4. James Honner just got turned around there by Gundi Hahn, sorry, and Gundi is actually taking a while to get going again. I'd say he stalled it.
He's dropping.
I wonder if he's got a lot of steering damage. Looks fine. A bit clumsy there from Hahn, and that has really ruined Honner's race. He drops behind Matt Glow. Glow actually all over the back of Siciliano now. So the 480 Nissan getting a little bit stronger with each race. We've got a three-way up the front here. So Jared Matterford has had a really good start to this race. He now leads this second group as they try and chase down Cam Norris. As Norris crosses the line, we'll see what his best time is. So a 35 flat plays a 35.3 for Matterford. So, yeah. I think we have another driver in pit lane.
Yeah,
As the
522.
and the 555 of Macbeth. Let's check in with this crazy little freight train forming up behind Biggie Ollie. Do like the Bentley. So it's something to admire when you're on the side of the track and that thing thunders past you. So it's amazing.
I prefer the older Bentleys. Not a fan of the newer ones.
I think they're pretty well the same, aren't they? Just some aero difference.
I'll be lucky to tell you the difference, yeah.
It looks just more modern than the older ones. That's about it.
That is progression.
Yeah, funny that.
Yeah, it's usually how it works. Yes.
Really?
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I did get to drive. I did do a race or two in the old Bentley, and oh boy, it's a handful. Does not like the brakes.
How did they design the brakes in it? You know, like the real one uses brakes to help corner. I guess they don't have any of that sort of zoom zap. Which means it's got to pull the whole thing down around the corners.
Do you mean the road going version?
Yes. The good technology there.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually allowed. That'll be stability control, I believe.
But too good.
Yeah, a little bit too good. No, the only aids in GT3 are ABS and traction control. Oh, that was uncomfortable watching Dustin go a little bit deep. Thought he missed his braking marker.
He's got the fastest lap of the race now as well.
Suppose they can just cut out all the other way.
Yeah, 35.9 for Dustin Driver. Yeah, he's on a bit of a roll. He wants to get past Matterford as quickly as possible.
Oh no!
He's still...
Again, what a save!
He has delivered that tofu quite nicely. Yeah, that Merc is not liking any form of turning and braking, I can tell you right now.
Yeah, it's that same kink as well. It's got a bit of a dip on the apex, which doesn't help either.
No, not at all. I want to have a look at this little battle here in GT4. We've got John Slow. He's on the back of Danny Fraser. He's got Papelio just behind him. Aziz has managed to jump all three of these guys to the front of this little peloton. Fraser trying to get up the inside of Abdul now. But Aziz, I tell you what, he's making that little Janetta pretty wide.
Oh, but the boat. Oh, I'm surprised he's actually keeping up with him, but from the amount of sliding I've seen from it. Maybe that's what makes the boat quick, just drifting around every corner.
Oh, it's
and
definitely
cutting corners. And
definitely
then drifting and then making the Mercedes
saving,
go wide, then almost hitting a Porsche.
Saving it, yep.
Yep.
That was a good save. I tell you what, the Camaro is very good over the curbs.
Just look
I
at
mean,
it.
you'd hope that.
Yeah. It's a better Camaro. That's good. Good that someone's grabbed it.
Good cars, the Camaro. I'll tell you what, my dad has a Camaro SS, and it's terrifying.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, it's not even it's the normally aspirated version, and that thing will put you from the front seat into the back seat with the amount of torque it has.
Pretty cool.
It's such a great car.
Honda's got a 30-second stop and go, which is
Speeding in pit lane. Practice those pit entries, folks. Make sure you practice them. And Cam Norris goes fast lap the race. And he is
Stylising those Camaros nicely over the years, just giving those little front little tweaks and bits and pieces. The back always look a wee bit funny, but
oh, Papelio, he gave the room to Fraser then. And they've got a bit
off.
of... yes, 6:28. That is Justin Marshall. Ooh, he has collected the fence big time. He has remodeled the front of this BMW. Hasn't really improved it though.
it might be looking a wee bit better now, is it?
It's probably somehow managed to look. Yeah, it looks worse.
No.
I don't know how you've made it look worse, but congrats.
Yeah,
That takes effort.
Yeah, so Honor has now dived into pit lane for his stop and go 30, and that is going to be excruciating for him.
Yeah. McLaren drivers dived into pit.
Okay, now here's how you actually pronounce it. It's Siciliano.
Yeah,
No,
but I'm not.
Leon.
I'm illiterate.
Yeah, you got
illiterate.
you gotta speak like an Italian when you say it. It's Siciliano.
Siciliano.
Siciliano has made a pit stop at a Misano, and he's in a McLaren.
He really needs the Ferrari. Yeah, he needs the Ferrari. I reckon.
In the Ferrari, or a Lamborghini
It's fun to say, isn't it?
with the Tortelli.
Maserati.
Oh no, no one picked the Maserati GT4, unfortunately.
Oh.
Best
No.
GT4 out there. Come on.
They should add GT1 to this, I reckon.
GT2.
Your GT2s,
Yeah.
they're big boy cars. The GT3s need to know that they're not the quickest out there.
Well, we don't know that anymore. Because we don't know that because the current spec GT2 cars, they're being driven by gentlemen drivers.
Ah.
So,
That's got the Nissan's got the V8 in it, yeah.
No, that would be GT1. That's gone.
GT1.
That's gone.
Oh,
Gone.
that was really
dead
cool.
buried. Yeah, really cool car, but yeah. That was
Oh.
a mental car, really. I loved it too.
Driver and glow now in the pit.
Yep. No, but the current spec GT2s, they're out there now. So you've got the Audi R8 as always, because the Audi R8 is in everything now. You had the Porsche 991, I want to say.
That'd be right.
The Lamborghini Huracan, and well, not and the KTM GTX, which is basically the crossbow. But that's a funky car. That's a funky car. They kept the canopy. And also over the weekend at Imola, the Brabham BT62 was racing.
How do I know that name?
The Brabham BT62, I think it is. Yeah, they had that running around at Bathurst at the 12-hour last time it was run.
Oh,
Mental car.
yeah.
Mental car.
It's your Aussie one, eh?
That's the Aussie one.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
Got it at Goodwood, I think. Saw
Yes.
Some of the, yeah.
Yes, they also ran it in Britcar, I think, as well, just to test it. But evidently, GT2 has caught the Brabham's eyes, and Dustin Driver has picked up a stop and go 30 seconds.
Yeah, belongs in something like that. She's pretty savage.
Oh yeah.
Savage.
Sounds absolutely beastie as well. I'll tell you right now.
I think Driver's had enough. He's just retired, I think.
He has retired. We've actually lost 2 drivers now. Don't know who's actually missing. We're still watching Norris. Tell you what, I think he's going to be in a bit of trouble because Dill Lester has managed to pick his way through all the GT4s, and he's got clear track right ahead of him. But I think, actually, you know what? I think Lester's made a really bad choice, because I reckon right now for Norris, you come in and pit. Rather than try and pick your way through the GT4 cars, like what Dylan has had to do, go in, pit now, so you don't have to fiddle around
Yeah,
with
that's
them.
what I was thinking at the start. They get enough gap that you don't have to go through them. Because they're matching pace. Like best lap is like Dylan's 34.7, Norris is 34.5. So he's got them covered so far, unless it's the averages. But going through those GT3s surely slowed you down a bit.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the lap before, Lester was in the 36s, so that has hurt him.
Last lap, 35.7, 34.7. Second difference in the last lap alone.
And Norris has taken my advice. He is in pit lane, so Cam Norris,
Got the stream going.
yeah.
It's looking a bit damaged on the front of Honda's car, isn't it? Sort of caught a glimpse there.
Alright, so I've got my little drone cam, and we can see Cam Norris right at the front of pit lane. Now, where is Dill Lesser? He's just coming onto the back straight now. We have a drive-through for Danny Fraser. That'll be for cutting those curbs a little bit too fine. We saw him doing that a little bit earlier.
We are halfway through. Keep it up.
So half race distance now. Provisional leader. Well, that's Dill Lester, but I don't think he's done enough. I think Cam Norris is going to come out in front. In fact, here he goes. So he is out of pit. He's out of his pit box, and he is now trundling down this long, pointless pit lane.
Gonna exit back out in the lead.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
He's Dill's on the straight.
Dylan's going into turn 1 now, and Cam Norris has been released. Off he goes, and
Oh, it's very close.
Right on it. It's going to be a race.
Cam Norris will have to get those tyres warmed up, but he'll be on fresh tyres for the rest of this race. Tell you what, Madiford's not too far behind either. Same can be said about Matt Glose. And Matt Glose had a good run through the traffic, and with pit lane, Siciliano, around he goes, and He's in a very awkward position, but he's managed to keep the engine running. And he gets back onto it. He's going to rejoin just behind Macbeth. Webber and McCulloch have got to stop and go 30 seconds. Guys, practice your pit entries. It's not hard to do.
I
Even
find it
I've done it.
insanely difficult.
Oh, who's that? Who has binned it? Oh, that's 898. Who is that? That's Webber? So
Web.
yeah, I think Webb is going to retire from this race. I have a feeling. Yes, he has. He's gone. So McCulloch and Fraser. Fraser still hasn't taken his drive-through. I'm sure he's aware that he needs to take his drive-through. As into turn one, our leader, Cam Norris. A handy little margin there. It's only 1 second, but that's handy. That's 1 second that Dill has to make up.
He's done well, keeping that 1 second on there, especially with the cold tyres coming out. Dylan's hot, he's rearing to go.
But Dill came in on in the first lap.
Yeah.
Those tyres are going to be quite tired by the end of this, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
And I have a feeling that Danny Fraser might be hit with another pen soon. He might even get a disqualification if he doesn't come in this lap. Currently watching the battle for third, Matterford versus Glow. I reckon the Nissan will be pretty handy around this circuit. It's got a lot of long straights, and Nissan likes drinking up the straights.
Or Norris is being held up by one of the Porsches. Gonna help the Audi, or he gets blocked as well.
Yes, that's the beauty of multi-class racing. Sometimes traffic plays out for you nicely, and other times it doesn't. Anyway, back to my little battle for third. Matterford and Glow. So I want to say with the Aston, it's going to be super strong, pretty well anywhere braking, but anything that's slow on the exit, the Nissan is going to launch onto the back of him. GT4 traffic is going to play a part. Not a big part though. Oh, he's just managed to balk Glow a little bit. Glow's not going to be too happy about that. But, that's racing. Get on with it. Also, I just want to shout out to this little battle here. We got two drivers recovering, Justin Marshall and Gundi Hahn. So Gundi was... oh, Danny Fraser hit with the disqualification. Did not.
He got it.
He
Well
did
done.
not. Oh, was he aiming for a disqualification?
Or he completely didn't see it.
That is possible, but you have to be trying. It tells you that you get a drive-through. Audio and it's written up on your screen, so I don't know how Danny's missed that. Maybe he's just a rebel.
I think
One more lap, he thought.
Here comes Gundi
Still
up the
needed in there.
inside. He's made that quite easy. There's still a heap of damage on the front of Justin Marshall's BMW. But, we've got a bit of a battle. No, we haven't. Chris Bradley's sitting quite comfortably in 8th at the moment. So
I
long. Go
I
on.
think Lester now is trying to push a bit too hard. He's not gaining any time. at all.
No, 0.2 last lap. Lost.
He's been running deep into some of these corners.
Shout out to Matthew Bigioli. He is doing an outstanding job, the AM driver. I think he might be looking for a promotion up to pro. Let's have a listen to this glorious engine note that is the twin-turbo Bentley V8. He has got a front row seat here, the battle between Macbeth and Siciliano. And I reckon Big Ollie is going to be the big winner out of this.
Oh, he's looking.
Swaps
Get a run.
left and right. He's got the inside run on Macbeth. Macbeth's going to have to give him the room. He's going to stick it around the outside. Good battling between these three. Siciliano, clearly a little bit stronger than what Macbeth is. Here comes Biggie Ollie.
A biggie old leap into the corner there.
That was well, that was a bit of a commentator's curse.
Yeah.
You're good at that
Take
one,
that.
aren't you?
Man of the match back.
Oh. Oh, he's still out in
Back to
front.
M, eh?
He's still out in front of the AMs. So let's check in on our battle. Oh, here we go. So Glow's actually got in front of Matterford. So the Nissan is on the podium. It's been a while since we saw one on the podium, actually.
Woo woo.
I'm actually going to focus away from him before our commentators curse him.
No, I should focus on him then.
No, it's fine. I know I'm not supposed to have favourites. Ooh, this Audi is
The
not
media
looking happy.
is neutral.
Now that is a good joke. Definitely no fake news here. I'll tell you what.
There's no one on the track with that view. Clear, big clear straight. Meanwhile, 19 cars floating around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 19 now, so we've had another DNF, unfortunately. Don't know who that was. Now, GT4 drivers are now fighting for 13th overall. Even they've sort of spread apart now. I mean, even the GT3 traffic passing the GT4s, that can really change up their race. And speaking of multi-class racing, Super GT gets going this weekend. And I am super excited for that. I love that series.
Because that's the Nissan GTR in it.
Yes. Oh, yes. Except in GT500 where they retired the GTR and put in the Z400. Yeah. Yeah, big sad. Big sad. But, oh well, it's still a Nissan. Anyway, 5 minutes to go. Cam Norris is looking pretty comfortable here. The McLaren is just... It's on rails, really. Compared to the Audi behind him, I think Dill Lester may have gone a little bit too far with this fine-tune.
Yeah, too hard and fast at the start.
Oh yeah, well that's another thing. Those are roughly 26-minute-old tyres on the 846. Battle for third is still going on. Matt Glow has not shaken Matterford. Matterford can be a very tenacious driver. A bit like a terrier, really.
The beamer there, the fake taxi.
Yes, yes, my man. Yeah, Aaron Mirioli has gotten our team name of the night. Yes, indeed. So,
I was thinking it was a pace car there for a second, then it's like, and then until the name was like, yeah, fair,
yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it?
yeah.
We are, well, actually, I have no idea what fake taxi is. Do you know what fake taxi is, Naptic? I've never heard of it.
It's a Uber or something, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's exactly what Tyler said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow,
It's an Uber,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Wow. Wow, yeah, fake taxi. Yeah, okay. I'll have to get onto the app for that. App Store.
YouTube.
Try
No,
and
you
get
might
that.
not. RedTube it.
What? RedTube? What's RedTube?
Yeah, just this YouTube. It's got the red symbol or something in it.
Yeah. Never heard of RedTube.
Oh, is that different?
Anyway. Battle for third. Matt Glow actually having to go defensive there from Matterford, so fight is on. Right on board with Jared Matterford. We'll try and get a bit of an idea of where this Aston is making its time up on the GTR.
From what I've seen, it seems to be quite even between the two.
Won't be here, that's for sure. Watch the GTR just pull away. There it goes. See you later. That Nissan very slippery in a straight line. But I reckon it's this corner here that Matterford is making up the most amount of time. Because the Aston is just so stable and comfortable in those sorts of situations.
It's a good average car, the AEM. The
We
Aston
got a battle
Martin.
for 8th brewing up. I think they were 3 wide. Yeah, they're going 3 wide into the hairpin.
Which hairpin? There's a lot of hairpins.
Oh,
here we go. Yep, found it. Never mind.
Still side by side.
I'll tell you what,
This will be interesting.
Marshall should be getting driver of the race. He has persevered with the amount of damage on that car. Han will get a bit of a run on Marshall down the back straightish.
The back stretch.
Well, it's not quite straight, so I can't call it a straight.
Or stretch.
Straight-ish. Well, Marshall runs a little bit wide there. Damage on the front of that Beamer will be... that car will be ploughing like you wouldn't believe.
The non-corner bit.
Oh no, Bracken. Second place in GT4. He has copped a pen. That will be for track limits as they go side by side through the final corner. Han manages to get Bradley down the front straight. We'll see if the Aston straight line speed can keep him in front of the McLaren. Han will sweep around the outside, and I think he has got that position sewn up. Marshall tried to buy into that, but just I think maybe showing a bit more caution with the damage on the front of the Beamer. Oh, and little tap from Marshall on Bradley, and they are both around.
Leaders on final lap now.
Meanwhile, Cam Norris starting his final lap. Oh, and I think Chris Bradley has got to refire that car, and he will rejoin the race. I might stay out of the Discord after this race.
Glow and Matterford coming together.
Oh,
Oh, I missed that.
Matterford given the rear end of the Nissan a little love tap.
A little bit of love.
still there
Yeah.
too.
It was more like a lot of love.
That's awfully kind.
This is the closest battle on track. Cam Norris is heading back through the back straight. He's got some GT4s ahead of him, plus a little bit of a gaggle of lap cars. I don't think they'll really be an issue for him. So this will be a good fight back for Cam Norris. I reckon he's going to be a bit thrilled about this. What do you think?
Yep. A win is good.
definitely.
It's
Was
all right.
really in the champs, round 2, wasn't it? I missed that. The first round was last week.
Well, Cam Norris will take the win tonight.
Leader has finished race.
Great fallback. He had good pace in round 1. Perfect way to bounce back after what I seemed to be a bit of a struggle in the last season. Let's see if we can find Dill Leslie's. He should be happy with a first and a second tonight. Matt Glow has taken third. Matterford will come home in fourth. Dan Siciliano, lonely race at the end there for Dan. He comes home in fifth. Macbeth home in sixth. Big Ioli leading the AM drivers over the line. We'll try and find Robertson soon. Here he is, our leader of GT4. He's had a lonely race. The GT4s were a bit more sedate this time. But RJ Robertson should come home for the W. I don't know if Bracken's going to actually finish the race. I reckon he might go DQ. He's had that drive-through for a while. There we go, RJ Robertson across the line. There's Sam Bracken. He's got the leader of Silver, Gundi Hahn, coming up behind him, and that is that. Rob Noble will come home in third, but he should take second quite comfortably. We're just waiting on a few more drivers to come across the line. Chris Bradley, shout out to Chris Bradley. Good performance, 8th place for him in race 2. Definitely still coming to terms with this Aston, but it's slowly coming together for him. Okay, well, let's have a look at some results. Okay, or don't. Please give me results. We got donuts, but that's about it.
Good donuts there. Might go cook some bacon now. That's pretty good.
Bacon and donuts.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not indeed? Here we go. Right.
Green light, go, go, go.
Please?
It's not liking you tonight, is it?
It is not liking me at all. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look at some results from race number 2. So we'll start with GT3. Cam Norris, the winner, 4.1 seconds in the end. So the very early pit stop for Dill Lester did not work out for him. He'll come home in second. Not a bad effort for him, considering first and second tonight. That's a pretty good result for Dill Lester. Matt Glow home in third, ahead of Jared Matterford. Good spirited battle between those two guys. They should be pretty happy with that result. Siciliano, lonely drive in fifth. Macbeth, similar situation, but did Macbeth have an issue during that race?
I don't think so.
No. He comes home in sixth anyway. Big Ioli, big old win in the AM class. He comes home with a 7th and top of AMs. Hahn, similar situation for him. He's top of Silver. Then we have Chris Bradley home in 9th. A good result for Chris Bradley, I'd say. Marshall home in 10th. Thick driver of the race for Marshall. Persevering with that heavily damaged BMW. Honor, this is going to be a night to forget. This has been a nightmare night for James Honor. Kelton McCulloch in 12th. Webber in 13th, although that is, I think that's a DNF for Webber. Same for Dustin Driver. Then we had 2 DNFs, did not starts for Rice and Mobs. Let's cross over to GT4. We have Robertson and Noble, first and second. Muriel in third in the team name of the night. Then we have Bracken. He got that penalty, 30 seconds, down to 4th. Only just held on to 4th as well. Have a look at that. Aziz coming home in 5th, ahead of John Slow. Not to forget for John Slow as well. I think he had a DNF as well. Then we have Pelio. Actually, no, sorry. Slow was just a lap down. And we have Pelio in 7th, and then Danny Fraser, missing that he had a drive-through. So
Good night out.
yeah, not a bad night for our Shakedown sim drivers. Who are we going to call driver of the night, apart from Marshall?
I'm buggered if I know, to be fair. I've been watching quite happily, but not really following. Not following individual performances. I think that's probably the beer's fault, but
Yeah, okay, well, I can't bring up the results from race 2 anymore. Damn it. Yeah, Tyler, your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty good race all around. A few questionable moves and moments happening, especially in race 1, I reckon.
That's pretty standard for any sim race, though, let's be fair. I think overall it wasn't too bad. It was a pretty good, clean night of racing. I suppose we should talk about what we've got coming up on the channel this week. So Friday night we're back to GT Club for TA2 Muscle Car Series. Where are they racing this weekend? This Friday night, I should say. Road Atlanta. Well, that's going to be fun. TA2's at Road Atlanta. Can't go wrong with that. We also have on Sunday night AK Racing's Modified Endurance Series. So, don't know how many drivers they've got signed up for the Endurance Series now.
I think it was 14.
14 drivers for, yeah. How many laps around Sandown?
So we've got 14 drivers, 2/3 race. Where is it?
108 laps.
laps.
There we go. Yep, seen that. Yeah, so, yeah, make sure you hit the follow button and join us for that. And then, well, on Saturday night, I don't know if we got a broadcaster yet. Hopefully we can find one. We've got GT Club World Endurance Championship on Saturday night. That is something that you and I are racing in, Tyler. We're doing battle in the GTE class. Hopefully not
I'll
getting...
probably be streaming it, my perspective anyway.
Oh, well, you can join Tyler Craig on his channel if you want to see his perspective and want to see me go flying past him. Yeah.
No, if you want to see him in my rear mirror, you know.
Big talk. Big talk.
Yeah. I mean, I am winning practice, so...
Well, that's the only session that matters, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
a good practice wins. It's good.
Yes,
It's the
indeed.
best win.
Greatest win. Yeah, so... Yeah, I think that will do us for tonight. I want to say a big thank you to Tyler Craig and Naptic for joining me again tonight, as ever with Shakedown.
No worries.
Yeah, it was...
thank you. It's been good.
No,
Missed him last week, but back into it now. So bloody Chahu.
well, that does happen, doesn't it? But, yeah. Thank you to everyone in chat. Thank you to Alfie B for being our latest follower. Yeah, smash the follow button, please. We're that close. We're that close to 400 followers. That's pretty big for me. We're small streamers. Small streamer goals. But anyway, I suppose we could probably call that a night, I think.
Yep. Well, I've got to shoot the gap, so thank you very much again, and we'll see you next time.
All right then, everyone. Well, catch you next time. See ya.